Alright, so my new cooling pump is in. The one on the right, that's an Oberdorfer, replacing the original Sherwood that came with the boat. You can see how much corrosion the original one had. Must have been leaking longer than I realized. I never run it and look at the engine when it's running, so I never noticed. Bad move. And before installing, I couldn't remember what direction it went on, so I had to look at my own YouTube video to remind myself.
Like that?
Well, you might.
Is that right?
It's still pointing upward. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Is it straight now?
Now it's actually pointing.
Wow.
Yeah, if you didn't figure it out, that's the first time I've ever worn a GoPro on my forehead, and I didn't have it angled correctly, so all you were seeing was more or less the companionway instead of me installing. So it's already installed, but there was nothing you really missed. There's two screws. You can see there's a male end that fits into the female end inside the motor. Pretty simple.
Water coming out the back?
Not that I don't trust Shauna, but she never looks at the back to see how much flow is coming out of the exhaust. I always do constantly. And that's really the only way for me to measure if it's pumping as it should. And it was. No leaks. And you can see there's a front plate on this new pump that makes it way easier to get to the impeller.
There's the dipstick right there.
Yeah, thanks, Shauna. Next thing I did was change the oil. This is I think it's pronounced molar suction pump. Because it's really difficult to drain or even get to the oil pan on these. So this, you stick this down the dipstick tube, pipe, whatever you want to call it, and pump up some pressure, and then it starts sucking it out. And I'm real observant. I didn't realize there's little footholds down the bottom, so my foot's on the top. I'm pretty brilliant. It takes a while. And then after a while I was going, this isn't pumping out as much as I expect to be in there. And then I looked at it a little closer, and there's actually I think it must be aftermarket. You saw out there a drain at the oil reservoir, and that let me suck it out straight from the bottom. I always put a towel down. A lot of people use diapers. Diapers I think are better, especially if you have a leak. I didn't really have a leak, but they absorb, and you can just toss them. Clean it off real good so it seals nicely. A little bit of new oil around the seal there, and you only want to tighten it hand tight. Don't use any tools to tighten it. You don't need to. If you do, you're going to have one of those catastrophes you hear everyone else talking about where they can't get their fuel or their oil pump off. And that's the oil I'm using. The book says 10 weight 40, but that basically doesn't exist, it seems like. And looking at the forums, everyone's using 15 weight 40 Rotella, so I figure I'm safe. That's what I'm going to do. I was originally going to pair this video and shorten it up with our next video, which is the actual trip we did, because those are more fun videos. But, you know, back in the day, I didn't have any idea how to change the oil on a boat motor. You couldn't get to the drain to, so this is probably going to be helpful to someone. So here it is. That's how you do it.